Moving on to this next news story. This is written by Dua Rashid over at Gizmodo. Sony patents a PS5 controller that stores and charges earbuds. Sony recently patented Yeah, right. Sony recently patented a PS5 controller that can also store and charge wireless earbuds. The controller would feature a pair of slots where the buds can be docked for storage. The dock would also be able to charge them and pair them to a console. According to the company, using the controller as an earbuds case and a charger eliminates the need to manage two separate devices and simplifies the overall experience, as the user will now have one less device to manage communication with the gaming device. The buds being stored inside the controller will also allow users this is so ridiculous, with a proprietary low latency audio connection between the earbuds and the controller, and simplify communication between the mics or speakers of the buds with the controller. It will also reduce the number of devices a user would have to track. The final design for the controller has not been finalized yet. The patent shows multiple concepts from where the slots would be located. Most of the designs propose the buds going behind the touchpad, while one option shows them being in each of the controller's grips. That sounds like a nightmare. According to Sony, the design would help streamline management of two separate pairing processes and batteries by condensing them into one. Because the DualSense already has such a vast battery capacity, right? The patent was filed on April 7th, 2022 and published last week, with the Pulse Explorer earbuds being released earlier this year. I didn't know they came out already. The earbuds are out already?
Are they?
According to this article...
I'll double check. You keep reading.
Yeah. According to this article, because it says, with the Pulse Explorer earbuds being released earlier this year, there's a chance we might see the launch of the new PS5 controller soon that stores Sony's proprietary earbuds. We already saw the announcement on the PlayStation Access controller that is due to be launched this year. It is important to note that a patent doesn't mean a final product will ever materialize, and given the relatively limited battery life of Sony's DualSense controller, this might not be the most practical idea, but it has potential. Man,
he's talking about the Razer ones.
Well, it's not.
You know, the Razer made those their own PS5 earbuds earlier this year. That must be what he's talking about.
It says Pulse Explorer. Let me Google what Pulse Explorer is. I've never heard it. That's what the name.
Pulse. Yeah, I mean the Razers are. I think they're just Razer in-ear headphones.
The ones so the new PlayStation earbuds are called Pulse Explorer wireless earbuds. So they just must have their information incorrect, because according to this article, they said that they're out, but they are definitely not.
Or they think the Razers are those earbuds.
Yeah. So there is a mistake in this article. The earbuds have not been released yet, but so if this controller is to be a thing, I imagine they would release at similar time. You know. So like they'd be like, oh, here's the earbuds and here's a handy dandy controller that you can charge them in. But this is whack. Like, what is? I feel like this is like a new. We're on the same page. This is a new segment. This is a new segment to our show, where we just I don't know, criticize PlayStation.
This is where we're trying to figure out what Sony is thinking.
Right.
That's this new segment, because it seems like every week is something new that we got to try to figure out what is going on at that company.
It's true. Last week was the PS5 Slims. The week before, what was it? Every week we have a PlayStation story. And so he's like, what are you guys doing over there? Like, what are you smoking?
They're like, how do we make it as difficult as possible for the consumer to not only afford, but recognize and buy our products and services? How do we make them as awful for the consumer as possible? Like they have meetings about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just, because my thought was, immediately, and they say at the end of the article, the battery life on the DualSense, granted, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. You know, there's a lot of features. Why aren't they using
that space for battery?
Yeah, exactly.
If you have space to put a whole pair of earbuds in there, why don't you put a bigger battery in there?
Exactly.
My Elite controller lasts 8 lifetimes compared to a DualSense. And don't get me started on the DualSense Edge. That maybe lasts about 20 minutes.
Oh, do you have one?
I had one. I got rid of it because I died every 15 seconds. As soon as I took it off the charger. Your DualSense Edge has low battery. I'm being hyperbolic, but it was horrible battery life.
So bad. What the heck?
Horrible.
Oh man. Yeah, it's the battery life's not great. And then like, I get it. Like they mentioned like, oh, the pros are, instead of having to control or connect the controller to the PlayStation and then your earbuds to the PlayStation, if you just connect the earbuds to the controller, then it's almost like you're just daisy chaining everything together. So there could be less latency. Things can move a little quicker, stuff like that. I'm like, all right, I see that, but is it worth spending another $80+ for this controller that's going to die every 30 minutes? Like,
you could just get a cradle for the controllers. That's like $35-$40. And then you just charge the controllers in the cradle and plug your headset directly up, your earbuds directly up to the port on the front and charge them that way. Boom.
Yeah.
I save you another $40. There you go.
I'm sure that they're going to come out with a dock too. And that's 100%. Yeah. Just plug the dock, plug the controller in the dock, plug the headphones in the dock. You're good to go. Everything charges. Everything's right there ready for you.
Right.
I love the selling point too. Like, oh, you don't have to, it's to help you keep track. So reduce the number of devices a user would have to track. Like, what are you talking? It's one extra piece you're losing, and it's not even like a hard to lose. It's like it's the full on case for the headphones. How do you lose?
What am I tracking?
Yeah,
they never leave my house. My controllers never leave my house. What am I tracking?
Big Game Hunter.
What are you talking about?
It's like Cabela's Big Game Hunter. You're just like heading through the woods, tracking your headphones. Where are you at?
They're always in one area by the console. Why would they be anywhere else? And why would they leave my Sony? What are we doing?
I don't know. They're just grasping at straws at this point, trying to make money, which is like wild because I mean, I don't pay attention necessarily to all the crazy financials and stuff, but from what I can tell, they're not hurting for cash. Like they're not. They have crazy sales on consoles. And they're getting crazy sales on games. Like they are like, why do they push so hard all these crazy accessories that no one needs, no one wants? I don't know.
Like a VR headset. Oh
yeah, or the PSP, PlayStation Portal.
Oh, okay. I was like, excuse me, sir. What?
The new, the good PSP that came out just recently,
Oh, yes, of course.
We had a comment on a video recently. It was this last week because it was a video about the PlayStation Slim being a scam.
Being wacky.
And then someone commented on it and said PlayStation Portal is fire though. And I was like, I want to sit down with this person. I want to sit down and interview this person. And like, first of all, do you even own one? And secondly, why and how? Like what?
So you don't like having your own money, sir? Because that's the only thing this product is going to do is take your money.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just the funniest thing. Because that's the first time I've seen anyone positive on the Portal. Yeah, there's some dude in the comments like, PlayStation Portal's fire though. And I'm like, what? I hope he's being sarcastic. Doesn't that thing come out
like next week? I can't wait. I am so curious to see if this is actually going to pan
out. November 15th. So we still got like a month or so, just shy of a month. But I mean, they're available for pre-order right now on the store. Add it to cart, $199.99. Want me to pre-order one for you?
You can order me one in about a year from now when they're about $29.99, and then I'll take one when they're fire sailing them.
I feel like this is gonna be like a PlayStation TV situation where like they go on they're full price and then very quickly they go on super discount, and then the wild thing is what's gonna happen is then they're going to discontinue it very quickly, like within a couple years.
Shoot back
and it's going to on eBay. It's like, get a PlayStation Portal for $800 because they don't make them anymore.
I remember seeing on GameStop ads for PlayStation TV that was like PlayStation TV $19.99. Now they're what, $150, $160?
You try to get one now, it's like it's a lot, but it's because there's so few of them made and.
Nah, I'm good. Man. I'll keep my Vita. Thank you.
Do you remember the PlayStation like TV, actual TV they made? They made a PlayStation TV.
Yeah, the 3D one.
They made a PlayStation TV, which is basically like a Vita that played on your TV. But then they also made like a PlayStation TV that, had 3D built into it. Like you didn't need glasses.
Or you did. Was it Resistance or
It was the Motor Storm.
It was something else. I think it was Infamous. It was one of their other big IP games that they made a 3D like version for.
Because I remember playing the 3D version of whatever the Motor Storm game was that had come out. I forget if it was the first one or the sequel.
And you needed glasses for it, didn't you?
Oh, wasn't that the whole thing? Is you didn't need glasses, or did you?
No.
Can't. Oh no, you did.
Yeah,
you did. But you could play split screen, and the glasses showed different things. So one person could be looking at it. The first player one only saw player one things, and player two. So there's no screen looking. You couldn't, cheat off your other wild, crazy technology they used to see. PlayStation, I guess, has always been known for stupid.
Is it crazy
things.
technology, or is that just how 3D works? Because one pair of glasses is just one color, and the other glasses is just the other color.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. It's just like it's two red lenses and two blue lenses, basically. Right. If we're talking like old school L3D, it wasn't actually red and blue.
Ain't fooling nobody. Especially in 2006, 2007, nobody was doing that.
But I with all that to say, what I'm realizing, I guess Sony's always been one for like the weird, stupid accessories, but I don't know.
PlayStation Move.
But back then, they
wanted to be the Wii so bad.
Okay. So PlayStation Move was awesome.
The iToy.
I had iToy on PS2. That game I had there was some snowboard game. I don't remember what it's called, but it was so much fun. I loved the iToy. I had the iToy on PS2, the iToy on PS3. I'm not surprised
you had the iToy.
So good. Loved it. That's
why they keep making them.
But that was good. That was actually good.
No.
No, okay. But what I was saying though is like, I guess what I'm like, PlayStation has always been known for weird gimmicky accessories and stuff like that. Like, all right, I'll give it to him that way. But I think the difference is back then, like as a consumer of PlayStation products, we were being fed. Like they're making weird, wacky stuff, but there was awesome, killer, solid mainline stuff that we actually needed and wanted. So we weren't left wanting. Where right now, I feel like there's just features in products that we are wishing for, or even a PSVR 2, like that would be great. Just support it. Like, so that's the difference between then and now. Then it's like we were happy with what we had. So any extras, whether they're good or bad, who cares? But now it's like, oh, there's like main things we wish you would provide us. But
like a release schedule that would be good for starters to see what is actually coming to the console.
Right. But instead, like, they're giving us weird and wacky side stuff without like giving us the main course. And it's like, stop with the weird and wacky and just focus on like, what games are even coming out for the PS5? I don't know. After Spider-Man, what do we got?
All we know right now is that we got Wolverine next year. Is there anything else? Like from a first-party studio that we know is coming next year?
We know everyone's working on stuff, but I think the only thing announced is Wolverine. Because there's an unannounced game from Naughty Dog that we have no idea. It could be anything.
Right. And then Death Stranding, but that's not technically first-party. It's a PlayStation-owned IP, but nothing from Sony Studios. We don't really know anything coming next year.
Yeah. So it's wild. Absolutely wild. So Sony, come on. This is the weekly reminder. Get your crap together. We'll be back next week.
We have to stop doing this, dude. They're going to think that we genuinely like have it out for them.
Which is ironic because just like 6 months ago, we were the biggest Sony ponies. And, according to the YouTube comments, and you only hate Starfield because you love the Xbox or PlayStation so much. It's like, guys, come on, chill out.
I think it depends on the lens of who's viewing, right? Whatever fanboy camp, if you come and see our video, you'll make your argument for one side or against the other. That's how this works.
Yep.
Real goober behavior.
Thank you so much for watching that clip from our podcast. Remember, if you want to watch the whole episode, the full episode, link will be in the description below. You can click on that and check it out. We got listener questions. We got more news segments. We got what you playing. We got a lot of fun things. So more than just the news. There's a lot more to the show that you should go check out. So remember, click that link in the description. Check out that full episode.